best wrestling podcast in the world. Fact, the road-wearing original Pete, the believing, power of positivity, keeping it Rollins, the Summitt. Fact, the homicidal, the genocidal, the ECW loving, daring young creeping, Mr. No Days Off, Scott. Fact, the biscuit and gravy eating, Naomi loving, lunatic craving, the melting pot, JP, and you can bank on that. Fact, the Bailey hugging, the interrupting, the Jaeger drinking, mouth of the Carolinas, Lil Steven. Fact.
It's a new day. Yes, it is.
I miss you, Darren Young. Little Steven, Darren Young, in a evening gown match with Pat Patterson. Little Steven gets a little French-Canadian in him. Jeff Hardy's going to face Jay Leno in a steel chairs match. People are just jealous because I got skills.
Here's my issue. Is it worse to get beat by one midget or three? Little Steven in a beer drinking contest with Naomi. I have this big issue with people. I don't want to sound like an idiot.
Just kept it Rollins. Jimmy Hart,
Chirpwave.
X-Pac against Lil Steven in a microphone on a pole match. Anything can happen. Lightweight. If you don't want it, then don't bark it.
We're three-man band. That's horrible. We don't want to make you look bad.
You're fired, sir. When you want to hear me mess up, they're in Radioland. When you want to hear me not mess up, I did not know that. Wow. Wrestling with attitude. When you want your beer, awesome.
That's right, when you want that beer awesome, because it's coming to you. Guys, welcome to Wrestling with Attitude.
And sorry for my co-host. Yes, you know I say co-host, right?
Oh, thank you. You actually said co-host for once. Normally you're just like
That's not true.
that guy.
I usually say co-host on every show I do. It's just you don't pay attention that much.
Oh, of course I don't. I don't get paid to pay attention.
Yeah.
Get it? Up.
All right. I need a drum to cut you off. All right, so, this weekend, in case you didn't know and you live on a rock, this weekend is WWE Fastlane.
Hold on, let me make
Woo!
Yeah,
Eva Marie's holding the sign, don't worry.
Now, here's my one issue.
That she's on the cover and she's not on the pay-per-view?
Yeah, that's stupid. But I don't know if WWE knows, but there's a really big event coming on Sunday. That's a big sporting event.
Daytona 500?
Yeah, that's it.
That's in the morning or afternoon. It comes on at 1.
I know, but
Really? Okay.
Everybody's going to be too drunk.
Of all people is saying are you really comparing the Daytona 500 to the NFC Championship game? Do you not remember there was a pay-per-view the same night as the Panthers NFC Championship game?
Yeah, but
against Arizona.
Of
course, people know.
That's just the NFC Championship game.
I know, but still, you don't. WWE can't help when the sporting events are.
Actually, yeah, they can.
But the pay-per-view's at 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
The race is at 1. So don't worry, you got plenty of time to get home to watch the 4 left turns.
Okay. Well, I just feel like a lot of NASCAR fans are also wrestling fans. So
well, they are.
I feel like they're going to lose a lot of people.
No, they're not. Really? Dude, it's basically an intermission. Okay? Yeah, what you do is you watch the race, you drink all you can. Then after that race gets done, about 5 or 6, you go to dinner. You get a dinner break.
Round
2 starts up. All right, I mean that.
I feel like you've done this before.
Never, I've never done that.
Because you sounded very confident how this works.
It's sometimes how the cookie crumbles.
All right, Bruce Almighty over there.
Anyway, talking about this week, WWE Fastlane. Chat with me. Let me know who you think's going to win these matches. The first match we want to talk about real fast, the kickoff match. It's a U.S. title, 2 out of 3 falls. Kalisto, or Rey Mysterio, whatever you want to call him, versus Del Rio. Right now, JP picked Del Rio. You know what's funny? We changed our opening, and we've not had Scott back on the show since it's been, I'm just saying.
He did that on purpose. He's like, I'm going to leave when they give me an opening.
We got you an opening, and you ain't even here yet. We got to get you back on the show next week. But Kalisto versus Del Rio, JP's got Del Rio. I'm going with Del Rio because I think Kalisto will get back. The Lucha Dragons are back. Sin Cara's back. I think they will get the title back to Del Rio and push the Lucha Dragons. Because going into WrestleMania, you'll probably have Del Rio as champ.
Yeah, because, like, no offense, this is not a match I want to see at WrestleMania. Because if Kalisto keeps it...
No, this will be it. I would like to see Kalisto win it too, but face AJ Styles or a ladder match at WrestleMania would be fine with me. Go ahead. Who you going with?
I don't know.
You got to pick one.
You know what? It won me last time. Screw it. Kalisto. So, he won last. I mean, he's the champ, and even though I don't want to see the U.S. belt go back and forth, every month there's been someone new, and it's like, this is getting ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, I kind of like to see Kalisto.
So you're going with Kalisto.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to go.
There's a cutting edge peep show because it's always great. Hey, I love to see, at least they're there doing something. New Day. Now, there's not a tag team match announced yet for the tag team title, but I'm sure there will be one. So I'll tweet out our picks later, and if we do a match for a tag team title, we'll add it to it. Then we got Jericho versus AJ Styles. JP has Styles winning. Who you going with?
Okay. Oh, I thought, well, first off, I go last, but I thought we were going to do a, pick on whether they play the kazoos or not, because I was going to pick that they do.
All right, I'll mark that down. Yeah, I'm typing it right now. Go ahead. All right. Who you going with, Jericho or Styles?
No, you're going first.
I already told you who I was going with.
Who are you going with?
I told you.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, listen to the show. Styles. I told you. Styles.
No. Who's JP going with?
I already told you. Who you going with?
Man.
It's really option. There's two options. Or there's three. They could be a draw.
There could be a draw. You never know.
Are you going to go with the draw?
No.
All right, I'll put you down for the draw.
I'll go with Styles.
Okay.
Sorry, Jericho. You're just not cutting
I can't
it for
believe
me.
you went against your boy. The next match is the time for a break. Divas title, Charlotte versus Brie.
Ooh.
Who you going with?
Who you going with?
Oh. That's weird. Okay, I know who he picked. I'm going with Charlotte because there's no way Brie's going to win this match.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I got to go with you on that. There's just... I mean, do you really want to see Brie Bella as the champion?
I mean, I could see it just for WrestleMania to get more yes chance, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah. No.
I mean, you're setting it up for Charlotte versus Becky versus Sasha. You are. And maybe Bayley. We'll see what happens.
You don't think Brie Bella will be in that mix?
I don't think so, dude. I mean, who? I think there will be a total divas type match, but I don't think Brie will be in it. This is it. I think this is her last championship match.
Okay.
Because on Total Divas, she's already said, she won't retire. I think after WrestleMania, it's it.
Okay.
I think that's when her contract runs out, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Because last year she signed a 1-year deal or something like that, Mania.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go. We're all going with Charlotte. The next match is Becky and Sasha versus Naomi and Tamina. Of course, JP has Sasha and Becky winning. Our girls. There's no way I'm going against Becky and Sasha. So, especially now that Becky's blonde. Don't roll your eyes. Who you going with?
This match could go two ways. It really could.
Well, yes, there's
They
two
could
tag
win.
teams in it.
They could win it.
There's two tag teams in it.
They could win it clean, and then they fight each other. Or they could lose it, and then that ends up them fighting each other.
What,
Screw it. Naomi and Tamina. I'm going Naomi and Tamina.
No, and that could happen. I think what happens, I think they end up winning the match, but I think they get into it, and you'll see a match with them after, like on Raw or something else.
Yeah.
And then they'll fight Charlotte for the belt.
Team Ryback against the Wyatts.
You're calling it Team Ryback?
It's the first name. I don't feel like going through the rest. By the way, if you didn't watch Stone Cold's podcast with Big Show, it was actually pretty good.
I didn't see it.
It was pretty good.
I'm glad they went back to being live, though.
Yeah. So, who are you going with for this match?
Who are you going with?
Well, JP is going with the Wyatts. Who are you going with?
Who are you going with?
I'm going to Wyatts.
Yeah?
Yeah. There's no way the Team Ryback wins this match.
I could see him winning it, and then, the
Then go
Wyatts jumping Lesnar.
So, who are you going with?
I'm going to go with Ryback, Kane, and Big
You
Show.
going with Team Ryback?
Yeah.
All right. Then we got the IC belt, Kevin Owens versus Dolph Ziggler. JP went with Kevin Owens.
Wow.
What?
Going with Kevin Owens over there.
Who you going with?
Who you going with?
You got to ask me.
Yeah, I do.
No, you don't. It's Kevin
You're
Owens.
wearing a double shirt over there, so I don't know who you are anymore.
Listen, the greatest man that ever lived is not in wrestling yet on the main roster. So, Kevin Owens is still my guy no matter what. Come on, dude. Really? Kevin Owens ain't my guy? I'm going with Kevin Owens, of course.
All right. I'll go with KO.
Of course you are.
Well, what? Am I going to go with Ziggler, really?
Maybe. Then we got the number one contenders match, the main event, Roman Reigns versus Dean Ambrose and Brock Lesnar. There's no reason to really discuss it because we know that Steven's going with Roman Reigns, and the other two guys are going with Ambrose.
Really? You guys are going with Ambrose? No way! Look, say what you want about it, but I'm looking a little forward to this match.
If Roman Reigns wins, I'm not. The reason is Dean Ambrose needs to have his moment.
I could see him having a moment against Brock Lesnar if they decide to do that. That would be awesome.
That won't be a moment. I'm talking about making the guy. Making the guy means winning the world title at Mania. I think in this match, what happens, I think Ambrose pins Reigns and wins the title. Or wins the number one contender match. Because then you set up beef between Reigns and Ambrose. Because it's coming. All right. And then you have Ambrose go to Mania and he wins the title from Triple H. I think that would be the best storyline. Roman Reigns beating Triple H. Come on, dude. We see it set up too much.
I know. I know that's why you're mad about it. It's predictable. I get it.
Where it's predictable, and I want to see Ambrose being made a star.
Okay.
Ambrose is already a star, but it will make he'll be a heavyweight champion. You'll have all three members of the Shield within 2 years being world champion. Then, when Seth Rollins comes back, you got a whole set of storylines for the three of them.
But I could see them giving it to Reigns, and then during those 3-4 months until SummerSlam or Money in the Bank, I could see then Ambrose taking that belt.
Ambrose should get the belt at Mania because he deserves to have the belt at Mania. Because they don't push him back down. Because basically, if he loses this match, he will lose at Mania if he fights Lesnar. He won't beat Lesnar at Mania. They won't have Lesnar lose to Ambrose at Mania. So if that doesn't happen, who you going to put him with? You'll put him against some other near the top guy, maybe Randy Orton or somebody that might come back. But I think you need to capitalize on how much he's your number one face right now.
Yeah.
I mean, he has surpassed Roman Reigns, in my opinion. Because you listen to the crowd, they love Ambrose, man. He is getting the biggest pop right now.
Yeah.
For all the wrestlers, probably.
We are in Dallas this year, so I could see them having a death match. Someone is having a good old
death
Texas-style death match at WrestleMania.
This isn't AWA in
It doesn't
1980.
matter. For some reason, I have
They don't do death matches no more.
Well, let's do them.
Who you gonna do a death match with? Roman Reigns or Ambrose? And no.
It would fit Ambrose's character.
You could do a last man standing will make sense, but you don't. Ambrose needs the world title, dude. Let Ambrose get that title and be made.
Yeah.
That's the reason I think he deserves to be the champion. We'll see on Sunday. But I can see there's two ways this match is going to go. Either Ambrose is going to win or Reigns is going to win.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way Lesnar's going to win.
I mean, do we really want to see that? No.
What, Lesnar?
No.
No, we don't want to see Lesnar Triple H. I really see Ambrose, and the build-up for Ambrose and Triple H would be better than the build-up for Roman Reigns and Triple H.
Absolutely.
That's the reason I think that's the reason I think Ambrose should win.
Oh, yeah. All right, well.
And then after that, you bring back my boy Seth Rollins. And then you put him against
Like I
Ambrose.
said earlier, I cannot wait for this triple threat match between these guys. Because when it happens.
That is going to be one of the best matches ever. When they put that at Mania, that's going to be one of the best matches ever.
Cannot wait.
Yeah.
My God. All right, guys. Thank you for listening to Wrestling with Attitude. That's our picks for the pay-per-view. Make sure you tune into the pay-per-view. It's still a pay-per-view. Watch it. Enjoy it.
Still a pay-per-view.
It's still a pay-per-view. Might as well enjoy it. But anyways, thanks for listening to Wrestling with Attitude. WrestlingWithAttitude.com, Facebook, Twitter, Stitcher, Spreaker, iTunes, all of that stuff. Find us. Periscope. We're everywhere. Wrestling with Attitude. Thank you.
Where you can get your beer cold.
And awesome.
Everybody wants to fight me. You can feel it, hey. Óyelo claro, I ain't the one you wanna meet. Hay nada más caliente. I'm too hot for you, yo. Latino heat.